Con Uber. Uber is a car service that someone can request at any time of day, if one is available at that time, for a fee. It's convenient because you use an app on any smart device, and after making a profile with your information, you can request an Uber, which will pick you up from your location and take you where you want. Becoming an Uber driver is way too easy, and it can be dangerous in certain cases. Becoming an Uber driver is easy. Just a little too easy. To become an Uber driver, all you must do is sign up on the app and fill out some simple information. There are very few requirements to becoming an Uber driver that almost anyone over 21 years old that has a four-door car can be one. Other information it asks for is your social security number for a background check and a picture of your driver's license. Dangers of Uber. Just recently, there was an article about a man, which was an Uber driver, raping a woman as he drove her home in Orange County, Florida. She had simply requested an Uber after a work-related event for a ride home. This is how easily Uber can be used by criminals to attack people. Another similar story in Boston is where a woman requested an Uber driver to pick her up and drive her to a location. But he did not drive her to the location that she requested, and he raped her and then dropped her off at a Boston location where she reported this to campus police. The Uber driver was using a fake name while driving for this Uber. This made it hard to even find the man and stop him from doing it again. Another bad thing is that the driver, after dropping you off at home, knows your address. That is something that can cause potential harm later on. Protest. This doesn't only affect us here in our country, but also overseas. There was a recent protest of taxis and buses in Romania. These drivers protested outside of government offices and demanded that Uber be outlawed. 200 taxis and buses were parked outside these offices and used Vuvuzela horns to get their attention. These drivers protested this because Uber is taking their commissions, and when it comes down to it, they are taking food from their tables. Cab drivers in Madrid also gathered in the streets to protest Uber and calling them illegal and that they do not return to base after dropping them off. They claim that Uber is taking their business and not allowing them to have a fair competition. Uber does not have a base, so once they drop someone off and finish that service, they can move on to the next. So it becomes easier for Uber to pick someone up than it does for a taxi. With buses, the impact is even bigger. Buses have times for pickup, and if that time doesn't work, instead of making it work and waiting, they can just request an Uber. We all know that losing business, no matter what your job is not a good thing, so you can see where these other transportations would be upset enough to protest. Driving as an Uber. Being an Uber driver can have its downfall. They are not allowed to get tips after finishing a request by any passengers. The rating system is also not very convenient for the drivers, since there is only a 1 to 5 star rating, and if ratings do not rise to a certain amount, the drivers are terminated. The fact that anything under a 5-star rating is not fair. I feel like anything should count, good or bad. You don't only have to worry about the driver being dangerous, but the people getting into the car. There are many people out there who just like causing harm to people for no reason. It's unlucky, but this can happen. For example, recently a Florida woman pepper sprayed an Uber driver, leaving him blind and without a wallet. She was caught and arrested, but that just goes to show you can't be certain of your safety either. As you can see, there are many different potential dangers that can come with working or riding with Uber. There is no way of knowing if the driver can be a potential danger or if the person getting into your car. If you decide to work or ride with Uber, just make sure you read the ratings on the person you are about to get into the car with. Also, if possible, try not to ride one alone. It's always safer to ride with someone else. There are so many unknown factors when it comes to Uber, so you just have to be careful.